to the Bulls Recap Podcast, Season 2, Episode 41. I am Joe Cowley of the Chicago Sun-Times. You can obviously follow me on X, Twitter, at JCowleyHoops. You can read my stuff in the Sun-Times. There's been a lot of Bulls stuff there lately. Obviously, I am in very hot, very sunny Las Vegas for Summer League. We decided to do a quick hitter on just what we've seen so far. It's only been one game for the Bulls, multiple games for some other guys, but I still think that what we saw from the Bulls in Game 1 is more than a tease. It is a flat-out reckoning, a flat-out buzz that has started in this city around one man, Caleb Wilson. Look, let's start in a couple places. First of all, the mentality that he not only kept telling us, I'm going to be hunting guys. I want these guys. I'm going to be going after these guys. I know who was picked before me. I know who overlooked me when I was trying out for Team USA. The chip on this dude's shoulder. I know who didn't pass me the ball in the McDonald's All-American High School game. I mean, he's just got a list. He keeps the list on his phone. He showed us the phone. He's got a list. Bro ain't lying. The mentality is not – I don't remember seeing this from a Bulls rookie, maybe even a vet. Jimmy had a certain vendetta, a certain chip on his shoulder. It took a couple of years to get there. I remember after Jimmy's rookie year, he told me, because I would always be able to just go up and talk to him. No one was ever around him. He was always in the locker room. You know, they had Joakim and Derek and Luol. The vets would be in the back lounge. And Jimmy kept telling me, I promise you, it's not going to be like this. It's not going to be like this for me very long. I'm not just going to be the rook sitting here. I promise you that. And I remember that from Jimmy. This dude, Caleb Wilson, is next freaking level. He has this list, and then he goes out, and he even said after the game, boozers, because they played AU together, there's a respect between those. There's sort of a friendship there. And he still was like, yeah, I respect him, and he's probably the only guy in this class I respect. Okay. Can't wait to see you against the guys you don't respect. So the mentality is one thing. It was a lot of talk until I actually saw him go out there and play. And that's the thing about Summer League. You can't put too much into things. You can't, overreact, underreact. But when you see a guy's mentality and then he goes out and tries to back up that mentality, that's sustainable. That is not just a Summer League Marco Bellinelli putting up 37 points. That has wheels to it. That has legs to it. And so, that the mentality was one thing. Now let's get to the actual gameplay. We all knew watching film on him, I won't say we all knew, but there was a feeling that he was not used correctly in North Carolina. Davis was still running the old school Carolina stuff. Caleb Wilson hasn't thrown him under the bus for that. He's like, yeah, it was kind of top of the key screens and then rim run. That's just what we did. The Carolina break. That's just what we did. And look, he was leading the country in dunks before the injury. So he was getting done what was asked of him, what his skill set was. He only made 7 threes in college. So that's where the question mark was. But him to come out in Game 1 and shoot and connect on 7 threes in Game 1, he will not shoot like that, maybe again in Vegas. But he could shoot. The form looked good. The release looked good. The follow-through looked good. Guy in his face, guy not in his face, catch and shoot, dribble, pull back. He kind of showed the whole bag of what he can do from out there. And again, don't think that that's what he is, but he played like a 3. And we thought we were getting a 4. And that showed 3 qualities. And then obviously maybe there's a small ball 5 somewhere in there that we haven't seen yet. We'll see. But wow. I mean, and I don't think people, unless you're here, you don't really feel the buzz. We have to go to the Wynn where a lot of the teams are staying for practices and for interviews and stuff like that. And I mean, the Bulls have had to up security around Caleb Wilson. The media, the media requests are through the roof. They have to kind of lock those down. There has not been a Bull player attracting this kind of buzz probably since Derrick Rose, and that's easily safe to say. And remember, Derrick Rose's first game was not very good, but I was just in awe. I mean, he was putting on a show, and you could feel the place. People moving closer to the empty seats, people coming into the arena from on the concourse where they're trying to, kiss butt and meet people and talk to people. I mean, it was a happening, and that was courtesy of him. The sad part is this is the 13th of July, game tonight against Utah. Darren Peterson was going to be the guy that he hunts, and Peterson's not playing. They're actually sitting a couple guys because they're back-to-back, and I get it. It's summer league. You don't need to go out there just to placate to the fans. It would have been nice. So I'm excited to watch his game too, but it has taken kind of a womp-womp because no Darren Peterson, who I don't think he is friends with, and I don't think he has a lot of respect for. And he played him earlier in the season at Carolina. They not only beat Kansas, but he outperformed Darren Peterson. And Darren Peterson's had a hell of a summer league. We'll get to that in a second. But it is kind of a womp-womp. It's unfortunate. But, there's a good chance that Caleb Wilson sits. There's supposed to be a third game for him tomorrow, which would be Tuesday, against A.J. DeBonsa. Back-to-back. He's coming, Caleb Wilson is coming off an injury. That was his first game in 5 months on Friday. So maybe there's a chance that he sits. We have not heard that from the Bulls yet. We will see. So just A+ across the board. I think every Bulls fan should be excited about what they saw. It was not a desert mirage. It was real. Let's get to the other rookie. Dalen Swain. Not great. They put him in a role he's not used to, not fully comfortable with, but a role he's going to have to learn. Primary ball handler, bad matchup, a Memphis team who had 2 or 3 guys that were second-year guys, including Cedric Coward, who's a grown-ass man and really had no business being out there. But Dalen afterwards even said it was not great. He knows it wasn't great. There was jitters involved. He said he didn't back away from that. The self-awareness of both these guys when we talk to them, phenomenal. So it wasn't good. He was known as the first-step guy. He couldn't get that first step off on guys when he was off, even when he was off the ball. There's going to be better days. I'm not too worried about it, but defense had a couple moments. But, again, he was playing against some grown-ass guys that played last year. So I'm not going to beat him up too much about it. I'm not going to get too concerned. There were a lot of scouts kind of, really? Cameron Carr was out there and you guys went here? Because I watched Carr's game afterwards against OKC. That dude's a bucket. And he's longer than I thought. He's a bucket. The Lakers got themselves a good one. I know he was I don't know if he was necessarily on the radar as much as I mock drafted him there for the Bulls, but he showed some things. And so that's going to, and again, who knows how realistic he was for the Bulls at that spot 15. But, man, he looked smooth. He went right at Mara. I mean, he's just a bucket. So way too early to overreact. Again, this is what Summer League is. It's about overreaction, underreaction, blah, 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 blah. The one guy, though, that does concern me, and it's not an overreaction, especially because, admittedly, on Twitter, I've talked about how I went buy low on his rookie cards because they are really low because people have quit. Noah Senge. Bruh, I get it. You're coming off an injury, and I asked Tiago Splitter about that after. I'm like, did you think he looked a little tentative because he's coming off the shoulder surgery? And he's like, I don't think the injury has anything to do with it. He's got to be more physical. He's got to be focused on that. He's got to play with more force. I followed up with that at a day later, or a couple of days later at practice, and I said, and again, this comes just from my personal experience, and I think people that kind of coach 13, 14, 15-year-old kids like I do. If they're not hitting at 13, 14, 15, if they're not a dog in middle school football and light contact, the chances of you going back 2 or 3 later and going to watch them on a Friday night and you're like, wow, that dude's really hitting now. There are guys that flip that. But even at 13, 14, 15, you kind of see this dude likes contact, he's accepting of contact, or he doesn't like contact. My big concern last year is I saw a skinny French kid who looked very, very shy and scared around contact. He grew. Again, remember, he's up to 7'5". Aggregates, run with it, you dummies. He grew. He thickened out a little bit. His legs are still kind of, looks like, kind of that olive oil build. That's kind of concerning. You can Google that if you don't know who she is. But it was very clear to everybody, including Tiago Splitter, who was not thrilled with it, that this dude ducks physicality still. And the brand of basketball that's going to be demanded of him is physical basketball. That's what the Bulls want. So it's concerning. Again, I'm not going to overreact. I got at least 6 rookie autograph cards of Noah that say don't overreact. But it was concerning. Game 2 for him tonight is huge. It's not about scoring for him. It's not about rebounding. It's not even about shot blocking. Unless it's a physical shot block. You go up, show some verticality. This is about setting screens, fighting through screens, not trying to run over the screen because you don't want to run under because the guy may freaking nudge you. I mean, it's just about basic physicality for him. And so that's where the focus is. That's where the concern is. That's what my concern was after watching him for 10 minutes last year in the first Summer League game. That was not an overreaction. You could see it. Some of the two-way guys that they brought in this year, those dudes are maniacs, and you can see it. Look, they're not going to do much. They're going to be at Hoffman Estates and probably on the back end of the bench maybe. But you could see that these dudes were physical. They wanted it. Noah, bruh, you can't look like a French soccer player looking to get a red card or a yellow card. You can't take contact and fall down and hold body parts. This ain't soccer. Hoping it gets better. Tonight's a big night. Game 2. Utah's sitting some guys, but go out and freaking act like you were a first-round pick tonight. So we'll see. It's kind of my rant. I didn't have a rant planned, but that's kind of my rant. A couple of the quick hitters from Summer League. We got to be introduced to Norman Powell. Bulls fans are going to love him. He's a dude. He's a vet. He gets it, says the right things. I wrote my story. He came in. He got the joke right away. Sam Smith sitting there and just yells, "Norm!" from the show. Cheers. This dude, I Googled it. This dude's born like 5 days after the last episode of Cheers even aired. But he's an old school soul. He got it. He walked right over to Sam, shook his hand. He said, "Cheers," right? Sam's like, "Yeah." I mean, we were kind of blown away, or not blown away, but taken back that, yeah. He got the joke, went and introduced himself to Sam, came up to all the beat writers, shook his hand, introduced himself. We asked him, "Do you like to go by Norm or Norman?" He's like, "I got so many nicknames. You call me whatever you want." It felt like a DeMar DeRozan vet that gets it type of thing. That's going to be great for Josh Giddey. That's going to be great for Modest, all the young guys. He even said, "That's my job. It's to let these young guys know, hey, I'm here for you. I'm here to answer any question you want. I can help you become a pro." So that's huge. That's nice. And then what was the other thing? Oh, yeah, we're getting a feel of what kind of Tiago Splitter's about. Look, it's not going to be the Billy Donovan pre- and post-game things. As a selfish media member, I'm going to miss that. And the sad, sometimes when you close your eyes when Tiago is talking, it sounds like AK, which we all got to get over that PTSD. He does answer your question. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's only a handful of experiences. Like I told someone today, the days of going to the arena and not having a thought in your head because you know Billy Donovan is going to fill it because he's just going to talk and answer anything, those things are over. And I went through that when the Ozzie Guillen thing ended. Those days are over. You can just go to the ballpark, not have a damn thought in your head. I don't know what I'm going to write about, and Ozzie will just give you too much stuff. So that's how Billy was. That is not Tiago. I do like his coaching mentality and what he's telling us, his philosophies. They all sound good. So, we'll see. Very early, we'll see. And we've run into him a couple times. Freaking fantastic. You talk about transparency that we didn't get with the old regime. A lot of it's off the record, but hey, this is what I'm thinking. And I like the fact that he even said to us one time, he's like, you know what? Sometimes I don't even know what to evaluate summer league because it's so you can't go on that edge of that branch. And for him just to be admitting to stuff like that, I mean, he's just a guy's guy. Dig a lot of things about him. That's going to be fun. That's going to be a good experience. So those are the main things that come out of these first couple of days. It kind of sucks that we've been here for 3 days already and only one game's been played. We get that game tonight. It's been kind of neat to go over there and or at least on TV, watch some of these dudes. I was happy to see Mikel Brown Jr. I thought, he didn't play the second game, the back-to-back, but I think he showed some stuff in his one game. Kingston Flemings. I mean, all the dudes that have been talked about. Johnson, I mean, he put on a show, not in his second game, but his first game. This rookie class, believe the damn hype. This rookie class is coming in not meekly, not scared, not in the bushes. They are coming in right in your face. And the nice thing for Bulls fans, the loudest dude right now is Caleb freaking Wilson. So, all right, let's get to the list. It's going to be short and sweet. The 5 best guys I've seen so far. I'll go from 5 to 1. These are based on their performances. Some have only played one game. Some have played multiple games. And it's not just the rookie guys as the first guy is going to be. I'm going to go 5 to 1, but it's going to be the usual suspects. We have no hidden secrets here because the 4 horsemen have shown up. If you know what that means, you know what it means. Kamen Malawash, number 5. He got beat up because he had a bad rookie year. His summer league last year was like a little underwhelming. You're like, he's really skinny, 7'2". Out of Duke. I really liked him out of Duke. I remember during the draft process, I was texting higher up with the Bulls and saying, trade up for him. I was also doing that for Con Knipple, but I knew they couldn't make that jump up to 5. Phoenix obviously had a deal done already, got him in a trade. But he looks like a different dude. He's hitting threes. He's blocking shots. He's rebounding. He's playing with more physicality. Again, it's just summer league. It's 2 games. But I like the fact that he looks like a double-double machine. So keep an eye on him. He can make a big jump for Phoenix. Look, there was a lot of talk that, hey, Phoenix is going to trade him. Phoenix came out and said, we aren't trading him. That was like in the middle of the year when he looked like a dog. They were sending him down to G League games. He wasn't performing there. So keep an eye on him. He's had some exciting performances. Number 4, Cameron Boozer. Believe the hype. IQ high. Everything I've said about him, everything the scouts have said about him, it's like he's just said, check, 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 boxes, check, check, check. I mean, and then you got your nerds. Well, he's not very athletic. Okay, nerd. Dude's got a freaking 30 whatever vertical leap, can stand and dunk with the freaking best of him, and he's freaking built like a freaking Hall of Fame tight end, and he's only 18. So, sorry, he's not athletic. Loved everything from him that I've seen. Number 3, Darren Peterson has put on a freaking show. I was concerned. The cramps, the creatine, just a general weirdness. Dude, you're load managing in college. I haven't seen any of that. Now he's load managing as I say that, but again, it's a back-to-back for a dude that was coming out of an injury-plagued college career. I get that, and a lot of teams are doing that with the rooks, so I get that. But man, there is a Mamba feel to him as far as just the way he shoots, attacks, mid-range. He's going to be a dude. As long as the weirdness doesn't take over, he's going to be a dude. Number 2, AJ DeBonsa. I mean, the athletic ability with now some added muscle in just like 2 months since last we saw him play at BYU. I mean, he is like, he was kind of skinny at BYU, skinny scorer, slasher. He's put some muscle on. And he's scoring easily. He looks like a grown-ass man playing with kids. Yeah, I mean, love everything about him. Number 1, the best performance I saw, the hunter, Caleb Wilson. He who hunts. Um, as he said, good thing I played in that Carolina offense and didn't shoot as many threes and hit as many threes because I wouldn't be here, meaning he wouldn't be a Bull, meaning he probably would have gone number one. If he is, put it this way, here's the best story I can share with you. There were a bunch of Bulls vets sitting courtside for that game. They were all great, came over, said hi to the media guys and stuff. The one guy I didn't get to talk to was Modest. After the game, I'm going down the tunnel. I see Modest. I walk up to Modest. Modest is like a big kind of like greeter and always glad to see the beat guys and stuff like that. None of that. He just looks at me and goes, "What was that?" And I go, "You mean good?" He goes, "Was that for real?" And I was like, "I don't know. I guess we're all going to find out." So my number one guy, Caleb Wilson, was that for real? I don't know, but I got next.